Cooper Flagg again. I mean, he makes it look easy. And he'll fill up all the statistical categories. He'll give you rebounds, blocks. He'll give you steals, assists. He'll give you points. I think he's too unselfish at times, that he could get his points, but he's really aware of getting everybody involved, and it makes them a better team. But, you get 7 assists. He's not as aggressive as he's going to be in the NBA. And if you start to look at player comps, which we do, you automatically are going to go to a white guy who's 6'8" or so. Now, listed at 6'9", but is he a Larry Bird type of player? If you said his career was going to be like Kevin Love's, would that be a disappointment? And it probably would be, because this is somebody who scrimmaged against the Olympic team, held his own. He's 18 years of age, and he's going to make $1 billion if he stays healthy. He'll probably get a couple of max deals in there. But is he Keith Van Horn, who went number 2 overall, I think, in his year out of Utah? But you start to go, okay, who's the comp here? Now, I'm not saying he is this guy. I'm saying that his game reminds me of Kevin Durant a little bit. Similar size, Durant certainly gets that shot up, and he's a 7-footer when he takes that shot. Flagg is, he's good off the dribble, mid-range jumper. He can shoot the 3. Might be a better rebounder passer than Kevin Durant. But as far as scoring in a variety of ways, and he likes contact, like he'll initiate contact and a good handle for somebody that size. So I just didn't want to go down the typical road of, he's the next Larry Bird. That's not fair to him. There is no next Larry Bird. There'll be somebody who's really talented, but that doesn't mean he's the next Larry. Like Luka's not the next Larry Bird. Joker's not the next Larry Bird. They're all unique. There's not another Luka. There's not another Joker. I think you got to be respectful, like Magic. Like, people keep saying, who's the next Michael Jordan? Who's the next Magic? Be fair to the other players. We thought Penny Hardaway was going to be that guy, or Tracy McGrady. They weren't. But you see the uniqueness, though, of some of these players. And I know we have to have a player comp. We do this more in the NFL because, like Ashton Genty, is he an Emmitt Smith-like running back? Okay. All right. Interesting. But certain guys don't have a player comp. Like, who was John Stockton's player comp? Who was Steve Nash's player comp?
John Stockton.
Yeah. No. But who was Shaq's player comp? Kobe's player comp was Mike. There's very, very few players who are all-time greats. Like, who's Steph Curry's comp? His dad? Well, that didn't turn out to be close. Maybe Chris Jackson, maybe Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. But, we like the player comp. And, look, I get caught up in it as well when somebody says, who's he remind you of? And then I'm watching Cooper Flagg, and I kept thinking, he reminds me of Kevin Durant. And once again, these labels, it's tough when now if you don't score 30 a game, oh, he's a bust. He might average 20, 29 and 7, which is still pretty good. But when you're anointed at 18, the best player in the game, you probably could have played on the Olympic team. You were that good. You leave high school a year early. You go to Duke. Maybe he wins a national championship. The expectation level, and you got teams that are tanking for him as well. And the Wizards did a wonderful job last night, giving up 162 points. Don't be so obvious when you're tanking, guys. The only W is in your name, Wizards. That's it. Very, very few W's there. Yes, Paulie.
I think the Durant player comp makes sense. He plays towards the basket as a big guy, kind of crouched over, and it appears he has every shot. He'll drive, he'll spin. He had fadeaways, he had runners. He does not just sit back and jack threes. And Durant's never been just a settle for the 3 guy, ever. It feels like he has every shot in the book.
Yeah. And I don't know if he's a Jason Tatum-like player as well. I see a little bit of that. Being able to beat somebody off the dribble, getting your shot in the NBA. Now, there's certain guys that need help, from somebody else to get their shots. Flagg looks like he can beat you off the dribble. He can take you inside. He's not afraid to take you inside. Not afraid to dunk on you. And as I said, when I see him, he'll lean into contact. He doesn't shy away from that. And I like that. And you still come back to he's only 18 years of age. I mean, that's when Larry Bird came in, he was probably 24. I mean, he had gone to Indiana, sat out a year, worked on a garbage truck, went to Indiana State, came back. Celtics drafted him, came back and played. Then all of a sudden he goes into the NBA. Well, he's a man. And a lot of these guys that Cooper Flagg's playing against are 22, 23 years of age, which makes it even more remarkable. Yeah, Pauline.
His first month in the NBA, Larry Bird was 23, about to turn 24.
Yeah. We forget that. That's a 6-year gap. 5 years. And if you've played, high school basketball going into college and you face somebody who is 3 or 4 years older, man, there's a big difference in that. But Flagg's been ready to go. So much so that you say to your parents, hey, I want to reclassify. I want to go to college now. His twin brother, is still in high school. No pressure on Ace. None at all. Yes, Marvin.
I'm sure somebody's like, wait, so you named him Ace and him Cooper? I think it's backwards.